You're through to the police. What's the location of your emergency?
I was stabbed.
Right, when's
Neighbours,
that?
husband and the mother.
Where did the incident happen?
Dragon Rise.
All right, okay. And are you safe at the moment?
Yes.
Right, have you got any injuries? Whereabouts have you been stabbed?
No, not me, the neighbours.
The neighbour's been stabbed. By who?
By me.
What drives a decorated soldier to murder two neighbors with a ceremonial dagger over a parking spot? Norton Fitzwarren is a village, electoral ward, and civil parish in Somerset, England, situated 2 miles or 3.2 kilometers northwest of Taunton. Just north of the village is Norton Manor Camp, home of 40 Commando Royal Marines. On the night of November 21st last year, Collin Reeves sat down on the stairs of his home in the Somerset village of Norton Fitzwarren and broke down in tears. He was in a terrible place. Since leaving the army 4 years before, Reeves had flitted between unsatisfying jobs, missing the structure and sense of purpose he had found in the military and dwelling on the horrors he had seen in Afghanistan. He had found the COVID lockdowns difficult and worried he would not be able to support his wife and 2 children. The final straw had come that evening when his wife, Collin Reeves, said she wanted a trial separation. Relations between the 2 families had been cordial until the Chapples got a second car. Each house on their street had only one designated parking spot, and Jennifer Chapple began to park on an undesignated area that did not block Reeves's spot, but made it slightly trickier for him to maneuver. Reeves took umbrage and in May 2021 confronted her aggressively.
Yeah, we can't reverse from here when you park here all the time. You thought about that? We couldn't. We've only got one parking space. It's not. You don't own the road, Colin. Well, let's have a look. What's the reverse around your car?
Jennifer Chapple was concerned enough to contact the police. On November 11th, 10 days before the killing, Reeves launched a torrent of abuse at Jennifer Chapple, swearing at her and insulting her. Again, she reported this to the police. She messaged a friend expressing frustration that little had been done after she contacted police in May. On the day of the killings, Reeves took his children to see Christmas lights being turned on and stopped off at a war memorial to remember fallen comrades. Shortly after 9 p.m., Reeves carried out the attack. What Reeves did next was cruel and devastating. He caught sight of a framed commando dagger he had been presented with when he left the army, removed it from its mount, and went outside. Using the skills he had learned on the elite commando course, Reeves slipped unseen into the garden of his neighbors Jennifer and Stephen Chapple, a coffee shop worker and a teacher respectively, with whom he had fallen out over parking, the sort of trivial row that takes place in countless streets. He walked into their living room and murdered both. He stabbed each of them 6 times. Mercifully, their 2 children did not wake and were whisked away by police officers after Reeves dialed 999 to confess.
You're through to the police. What's the location of your emergency?
I was stabbed.
Right, when's
Neighbours, husband and the mother.
Where did the incident happen?
Dragon Rise.
All right, okay. And are you safe at the moment?
Yes.
Right, have you got any injuries? Whereabouts have you been stabbed?
No, not me, the neighbours.
The neighbour's been stabbed. By who?
By me.
By you?
Yes.
Right, okay. How bad are the injuries?
They've both been stabbed a couple of times.
Several times. All right, stay on the line for me, okay? Are you in your house on your own?
No, I'm with my wife, my children in bed.
All right, okay. All right, tell me exactly what's happened.
I went round.
Yeah.
With a knife. I've stabbed both of them.
All right, how many times?
I don't know, a couple of times each, not 2 or 3 times each, maybe.
Are they still conscious and breathing?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. All right, stay on the phone to me, okay? What's your name?
Collin Reeves.
Did you say your wife is with you?
Yes.
All right. What kind of knife did you use?
It was a dagger.
Okay. How long ago did this happen?
About 20 minutes.
All right, okay. So you stabbed them both several times?
Yes.
Where's the knife now?
It's in my house.
What happened when you left? What was their situation when you left?
They were both, he was lying on the floor. She was lying on the sofa.
Right, okay. And were they awake? Were they...
No, I think they were sort of drifting
And what room were they in?
in the living room.
Okay.
Right.
Where's your handcuffs?
Put your hands up.
Not me, mate, him.
You?
Go in the house then. Put your
Right,
handcuffs
put your hands up.
behind your back.
Right. Hold still. Hold still. Listen, you're under arrest at the minute on the attempted murder
In the house.
of 2 people inside the address next door. Do you understand? Okay. Let's walk over here a minute, out the way. Can you guys just... Alright, that's fine. We'll sort it.
What's your first name?
Collin.
Colin.
Don't understand why I'm here, why you're here. So the allegation is that this evening 2 people have been stabbed, okay, and have subsequently died, and you have called the police to say that you have stabbed 2 people. And so because they're dead, you've been arrested on suspicion of murder. That's why you're here. There's probably a lot to take in right now. Just doing my job. Okay. Do you need to speak to a custody nurse about anything in particular? Anything medical that you need to speak to a nurse about? What's that?
Just confused why I'm here.
Okay.
It was an operation.
Firstly, I just need to ask you, when you were arrested and brought into custody, when you were being assessed in the custody unit here, you said to the I think it was the custody nurse, "I shouldn't have done it, I've ruined their lives and mine." Can I just confirm, did you say that?
No comment.
And what did you mean by that?
No comment.
Explain to me exactly what happened inside Dragon Rise. Did you kill Jennifer and Stephen?
No comment.
How were you involved in their deaths?
No comment.
Reeves was to say that he could not remember the killing, but was triggered into action by the bright white of the chapel's security light flashing on, reminding him of flares in a war zone. Reeves testified in the witness box that he experienced physical abuse as a boy and had suicidal thoughts since he was 12. He said he joined the Army aged 17 and had been proud to pass the commando course. He accepted that he was a trained killer, even though he had not actually killed anyone while serving in the Army. He argued that he must have been suffering an abnormality of mental functioning at the time of the killing. 2 psychiatrists examined Reeves and diagnosed depression, but not severe mental illness. He told one that life felt dark all the time, and she judged that he had regressed to his training at the time of the attack. There was no dispute that Reeves killed the Chapples, according to the jury at Bristol Crown Court. The only question was whether the jury could accept his plea of manslaughter due to diminished responsibility. Their verdict shows that they, too, did not buy Reeves's explanation for his brutal attack. Mr. Justice Garnham also weighed up factors in mitigation, such as Reeves' depression, his exemplary Army record, his genuine remorse, and quickness to call the police and confess. However, the aggravating factors outweighed the mitigation, and in arming himself with a dagger, Reeves had added at least 10 years to his sentence, the judge explained. He handed Reeves 2 life sentences at Bristol Crown Court, with a minimum term of 38 years, less the 208 days he has already spent on remand. He said, "You stabbed your victims in their own home and left their children as orphans." If you enjoyed this content, please like this video, subscribe for more, and hit the bell so you never miss an upload. Have you got any thoughts or questions? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.